Because I have like the whole class thing.
I'm using computer audio. Okay. Hi, everybody. All right. So we are going to get going on this pretty soon as we get some people in here. But I'm super excited about today's training because a couple of reasons. So number one is we're going to be learning some stuff on our apps, on some apps that I use to create images. And we're also going to be learning about some different things on social media, especially Facebook is going to be the focus today. So I'm hoping that people are going to be able to join in on this. But while they're working on that, I am going to pop over here and we are going to share this to my phone because you guys are going to be able to see, hey, look at that. You guys can see all of the cool stuff that I've got going on my phone. So because my eyeballs are weird and I can't see far away, that's why I wear the glasses. So we had to take them off for a second so that I can look at the phone while I'm showing you guys some pretty amazing cool stuff. So this is basically like my home screen here. So hey Kira. So anyway, we're going to show you guys kind of a little bit about how to make some images and then also kind of what you guys can post on Facebook and how to use some of the tools and the apps on their, you know, things as well. So the first thing I want to show you guys is WordSwag. WordSwag, if you guys don't have it, oh my gosh, it is so highly recommended that you guys get this. So this is so cool because I can look at it on my phone and on my computer. I'm sorry, I'm excited because I learned something new this morning about Zoom and how to share screens, and it's super awesome and amazing. So anyway, you want to go to your library here right in the middle, and you can choose a photo that you have. I'm not going to lie, yes, I'm a photo junkie. I have a crap ton of pictures. So anyway, I'm going to go to my favorites, and I'm just going to pick an image. I don't know what, but let's go ahead and we'll just pick this. So this is my image that I'm going to be working with. And you can change how big you want the image or how small you want the image, but you can do it as a square, a 9x16, a 16x9, a 3x4, a 4x3, and it goes all the way on. You can change it so that it's a Facebook cover, a Facebook event cover, a group cover, a Twitter image. You can use it for Pinterest, YouTube. There's just a whole bunch. So typically what I usually do is I'll either just do the square or I just won't even do anything at all. So, and then I click the next button up at the top right-hand corner. This is where you can add your wording to it. So double tap me to change the text. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to double tap it with my finger. And this is where you can choose all of these options here on the side. So some of these are like classic, so true, stay hungry. They're already pre-saying things, but I'm just going to do a custom message here, a custom text thing. So you want to click this X button on the very top right-hand corner, and that's going to get rid of your double tap thing. And let's say I'm going to use this image as my Manny Monday. And that's all you have to type. And then you just click the word done right there in the middle of your screen. And now I've got it where it says Manny Monday. Now here's the cool thing is you can change the font style of it. They have all of these different fonts. If you scroll to your left, I guess, because your finger's going to the left. So you have a bunch of different options that you can choose. So, and then the other thing is because if you've noticed, it's kind of in a white right now and it kind of blends in with the picture, you can go to the middle where it says color, click on that, and you can choose all of these different color options. So you can make it whatever color you want to make it, which is so awesome. Because if I wanted it to be a different color, and then look, you can even move the image around on your screen. So if you wanted to just do it like that, you've got yourself an image. So I kind of like the blue color, but I want to change the style. So the style is the font, and I like to use the circle one here. Now here's the cool thing about it is you can move it around, right? Or you can enlarge it. So if you wanted to make it really big, or you can make it really small. So it just kind of depends. Now the other thing that you can do with it is that you can actually change the style of this as well. So you see the numbers on the bottom, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 2 dice. If you click on number 2, number 3, number 4, see how it's changing, how it looks? And if you click the dice, it gives you more options. So let's say, for example, that I really like this option right here. So we're gonna go ahead and just make that bigger. So you can do that with the text, and you can add whatever you want sayings on here. It doesn't really matter. So if we go in the middle section where it says style, color, and image, if you go to image, you can actually change your imagery here to make it however you would like. So like, let's say we really want to vibrant up your photo to make it more big, you know, like more pronounced, you can do that. You can change it so that the lighting of it is different if you're trying to accent something else. But for the sake of this photo and what we're doing, we're just gonna leave it at normal. You can also change the blur and the brightness as well. So let's just say we're done with this image for right now, and we're gonna go ahead and click save at the top right-hand corner. So now it's gonna tell me that the image is saved to my camera roll when it's done thinking. So it is successfully saved to my camera roll. So you can go ahead and close that. I just usually just get out of the app altogether. And if I go over here to my photos, it's gonna show up right there at the very end in my photo lineup. So there's my image. Pretty simple. And you can pretty much do that with any image, really. So for example, I'm just gonna show you something here. Get to see all my little images here. But I took a selfie here and I just added "don't wish to manifest" on it. But I changed it up. You can use any one of your selfies and add anything that you really want to word-wise to it, and you've got yourself a new image. Okay, so that is WordSwag. Love, love, love that app. I use it all the time. It's almost like a daily thing. In fact, that's how I make a lot of our team challenges every day. So the next app I want to show you guys is PicCollage, and that's the one in the middle here. And this one is really, really good for if you have 3 or 4 or more images that you want to collect and put together into one image. So I usually use the one titled Grids, which is the red one there on the left-hand side, and I just click on it. And it's going to show me all of my photos that I want to, or that I have in my photo feed here. So let's say, for example, these glitter dipped ones, right, that just came out. So if I click on them, it's going to highlight them, and it's going to see where it says the one with the check mark up at the top. That is, I have one photo selected, but I actually want to add these 3 photos that actually are the glitter dipped ones that just came out. So now I have 4 photos selected. So go ahead and hit the green on the top with the 4 on the top and the check mark. And what it's going to do is it's going to automatically pre-fill it into a grid-like format. So you can change it to however you want it to look. On the bottom, there's different options here. So you could change it to that look or this look. So whatever is more appealing to the eye as far as the look of it. So for example, I don't really particularly care for all those ones that it just showed us. So I'm going to go back to the first one because that one was really nice because you can see all the images nice and clearly. It's very concise. It's beautiful. So you want to go ahead and in the middle where it says size, grid, and background, you can go ahead and just click that check mark box because we've already figured out what our grid is going to be. So here we have our grid. It's already designed for us. And then we have options on the bottom of the layout, the background, the photos, the stickers, texting, web images, doodling, animation. There's just tons of stuff here. I don't even use probably half of what's available on this app, but it works for all the purposes that I need it to do for the basic stuff. So I'm going to go to backgrounds next. And this is where you can choose a background. So if I wanted the background in between the image there, I chose that light pink color. You can go there. You could do a purple color. You could do a red color, yellow color, or anything. Now you can purchase more backgrounds if you'd like. If you notice here on the bottom, I'm scrolling and some of them are locked and some of them are not. I really love these glitter things because I'm just a glitter person to begin with. So I'm probably going to use the glitter background because we are talking about glitter dipped, right? So you can change whatever color you want in the background here of all these different options that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and probably pick this teal color. It looks pretty cool. And you're going to just click that check mark box. So now you can either be done with your image right now, or you can even add text to this. And so these glitter dips, let's see here, we are going to go ahead and add some text to it. And this is where you can type in whatever you want to type in. So I believe these are 13. So we're going to go ahead and do the 13. And it automatically puts it in the center of the screen, but we're going to be able to move that around. So you can change, if you hit the T there, you can change what type of font it is. They've got tons of different fonts here to use. So there's just a tremendous amount that are free. The ones with the arrows, those are extras that you'd have to purchase. But I look at all of these that are free, and that's quite a bit. I'm okay with this King Basil one, so that's fine. You can go ahead and keep that. And then if you click the little paint palette in the middle there, this is where you can change the color of whatever it is that you typed. So if you see there, it's kind of changing the color of it, but I'm going to go ahead and just leave it black. So then you would just click the little check mark box right there. Now this is where you can move it around anywhere you want. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller, however you want to do it. So in fact, I even changed it so that you could actually do like 2 or 3 lines or whatever. So I'm just going to probably make it a little bit smaller if I can. Sometimes in my fingers, they grab other things, but anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick it right there at the corner. And there you go. You've got an image. So you're going to go ahead and click the Done button on the top right-hand side. And this is where you can save it to your library. Simple as that. And so now it says it's saved to the library. So again, I'm going to get out of the app. And you can go over to your photos. And there it is, right in my photo lineup. So it's super important that you guys learn how to make up your own app or your own imagery and stuff too, because part of it is you're trying to brand yourself, because what makes you set apart yourself different from everybody else, right? Okay, so we've talked about WordSwag, we've talked about PicCollage. The other really important one is one that is called Over. But before I go into that app, I'm actually going to jump onto Facebook here for a moment. And I'm going to pick on Kira, and I'm sorry that I'm going to do this. But anyway, so I'm going to pull up Kira's profile. And I'm going to click on her profile pic, and I'm going to save it to my phone. So this is how you save that image to your phone. So you're going to just go ahead and save that image to your phone. And I'm going to get out of Facebook now. I'm done with that because I want to go into Over and show you guys how to do this. The reason why I use Over app a lot is that it allows me to put a picture over another picture, which is, it can be important. So at the very bottom of this first screen here, there's a little yellow plus circle sign thing. And this is how I create my image. So I'm going to click on this first, or the third one over where it says transparent. And this is a basic square. You can change however big you want it to be, or small, that you want. So if you want it to be a Facebook for Facebook, it's there. If you want it to go on Pinterest, it's there. If you want to go on Twitter, it's there. Snap chat, I almost said Snapfish, but anyway. So I usually just do the 1x1 square at the very beginning. And then I click the little check mark sign. So the only downside I have with this app is that when you go to your imageries, it only pulls up your favorites, and then it pulls up your most recent photos. So if you have something that's really far back in your photo lineup, then it's going to take you a while to find it. So because Kara just recently BQ'd, I'm going to go ahead and click on our BQ image that I have, that I've already saved. It's just like a blank template in a sense. And we're just going to, you take both of your fingers and you enlarge it, or you make it smaller. But I usually enlarge it to cover up all of that transparency background that you see there. And then I click the little check mark, yellow check mark at the upper right-hand corner. And now I have my base image on the bottom. So if I click on image again, I'm going to go to my photos here, not my favorites, but my photos, and Kira's photo is right there in the front. And so there she is. So I can either make it smaller or make it bigger, depending on how I want to do it. So we're going to go ahead and just do it about that size, because on this one, I'm going to add her name to the image. So I'm happy with how that looks, and we're going to click the little check mark up here. Now you can do a lot of other things here. There's filters, adjust, crop, size, shadow, rotate, occupancy, blur, tint, nudge, mask, blend. There's tons of things on the bottom there. So you can definitely play around with it for sure. You can even change the image of her to however you want it to look. So if you wanted to go for a black and white look or a big vibrant look, anything, but we're just going to stick with the natural. So then that's where you would click the check mark box. Now this is where you can add text to it as well, just like any of the other apps that I've showed you guys. So anyway, we got our name, but we can also choose the different fonts. So if you scroll over, you can see how it looks in a different font, and they've got a bunch of different fonts here too. So, but yeah, you can definitely get really creative with a lot of these. It's pretty crazy. One of my biggest ones that I really like is this artesian. So we're going to just go ahead and use that. And so because again, it's white, you can't really see it very well. This is on the very, very bottom. You can change the style, the lineup of where it's at, the color, the size, the shadow, all of that fun stuff. But we're going to go ahead and let's just make it, I don't know, a bright blue color for a change. So this is where you just scroll left and right here to determine what color you want it to be. So there we go. We've got it all done and situated. So let's say I'm happy with that image. We're just going to click that check mark box up at the top. Now you're back to your main screen here. And I am actually done with this, making this image. So if you click the little square with the arrow pointing up at the top right-hand corner, you can either save it to your photos, schedule it, add it to a folder, share it. So I'm just going to save it to my photos. And again, it's saved to my photos. So now if I go back to my photos here, it is going to show me right there. It's all saved to my photos. So anyway, that's how, those are the three main apps that I really, really use. I do have a few other ones that I'm still playing with, but anyway, for those of you that struggle to find images, there's a couple of different images that you can use or find or whatever. If you have not downloaded Pinterest yet, y'all need to. There's so much fun stuff on there, so many different things.
Careful though, Pinterest is a black hole.
Well, it can be. I mean, you could definitely get trapped in it for hours, for sure. But if you just look, this is like my news feed in Pinterest. And right off the top, this nuclear fusion, super awesome. I love that image, you know? So you can do one of two things. And normally what I do is there's that little save button with the pin at the top there on your top right-hand corner. I click on that, and I actually just have a folder here that just says Color Street, and it just goes right into there, so it's saved there. But I like this so much that I might actually like post it on Facebook or on Instagram. So if you click on the 3 dots on the left-hand side, you can just do either copy the link, report the pin, or download the image. I'm just going to download the image. So now it's going to save it to your photo lineup or your photos on your phone. So same thing with between the lines. You know, I like that image, so we're going to go ahead and save it to the Color Street photo here. And also, I'm going to download the image. So anyway, you can do any type of search you want to. Do Color Street nails. Or if you're looking for a specific nail set that you know, like want more images on, you can definitely do that as well. So it'll come up with a bunch of different images for just Color Street. And it could be just the nails, it could be games. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. You could actually do a search for, and I know some of you are trying to find some stuff, like do Facebook games, or Facebook interactive games, I should say. Because I think if you do Facebook interactive games, then it'll come up with the games that you can like regular games on your phone kind of thing. Facebook interactive games. And just do a search for it, and it'll come up with different things here. Simon says, ask me a question about my business. What is something you have in your purse that you think no one else will have in theirs? There's tons and tons of them. You can just scroll through. But yes, Pinterest is a time sucker, not gonna lie, but it also is a very helpful time sucker. So there's that. Okay, so that, well, actually, speaking of Pinterest, I actually do need to, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a poll on your walls on Facebook. So because I actually needed to post this earlier. So I'm doing an ice cream kind of poll going on that I've been doing for almost a week now. So today I'm gonna look for lemon ice cream. And so it's going to come up with all these different images for lemon ice cream. So just find something that you think would be appropriate for it. So I like this particular image. So all I'm going to do is click on the 3 dots, and I'm going to download the image to my phone. So the other ice cream flavor that we have today is pistachio. And I can't spell worth anything. ACIO, ice cream. Okay, so pistachio ice cream. Let's see what comes up. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, the first image, that looks great to me. Perfect. So again, click on the 3 dots, and you're going to download your image. Now, I've got those 2 images saved to my phone. So I'm going to go into Facebook, and we're going to just go to our basic home screen here, right? And what I'm going to do is at the very top, I'm going to click not on any of the 3 things there, the live, the photo, or anything. I'm just going to click on the empty space. And this is where you can add either a photo or a video. You can tag people, talk about your feelings. You can check in. You can do a live video, a background color, a poll, a watch party, a GIF, a camera, take a photo, ask for recommendations. And apparently I have alarms going off. Tag events, support nonprofit, list, and answer a question. So I want to create a poll. Now this is where you can ask your question. You have option 1, option 2. You can also change when this poll is going to end. So this is either going to be a 1 day, a 1 week, never, or a custom. For what I'm doing, I'm just going to do it as a 1 day. And my option 1, this is where those images are on the side there. This is where you can add a GIF or you can upload a photo. So we're going to go ahead and upload a photo. We're going to just click on the first one there and hit done. And this is where you can type, where it says option 1, you type in what it is that you are wanting to do. PISACI. And then option 2, we're going to click on the actual 2 icon image there. And so we're going to upload the photo, and we're going to upload the second image, the lemon one. And then we're going to type in lemon. So there is that. Now if I click it, now I can go back to the top and I can ask my question. But because I like to keep these type of posts all kind of uniformed, I actually forgot to do a step before this, but that's okay because we can still come back to this step. So if I hit cancel, I can either save this as a draft or I can discard the post altogether, but I'm just going to save it as a draft for right now. So I'm going to go to my wall here and I'm going to scroll down. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to look at the one that I posted yesterday because I want the same type of wording to go on with it since it's kind of a thing that I've been doing now for a week. So if you hold your thumb down in the same place, you'll have this come up where it says copy. You can go ahead and just copy. So if I scroll back up to the top of my wall here and pretend like I'm going to go post again, right? Click on the empty space and there that image comes up again. It saved it. So this is where I'm going to click on the empty space where it says ask a question. I'm going to hold down my finger and I'm going to put paste and bam, there it is, all done. So this will be the poll. These will be your two options. It's going to end in one day. And then all I'm going to do is click the share button. And so now it is posted on my wall as a poll and it'll end one day from now. Okay, so let's talk about scheduling posts. So if we click on the three bars on the far right-hand bottom corner, this gets you to kind of like your, I don't know, I kind of want to call it a back office thing, but anyway, if I go to groups, how I have it set up is all of my favorites are up here on top, and these are all the pages that I personally manage. And so I want to go ahead and go on my VIP group. So this is my VIP group, and I want to create a post for something that's going to be posted later on today, okay? So again, I'm going to click in the open white spot, and the reason why I do that is so that it gives me more options of things that I can do. But in this particular case, I'm just going to add a photo, okay? So I'm going to add this glitter dipped one that we had made earlier, and I'm going to say something like, hey, check out our new glitter dip nails. These are super amazing. And you can add, you know, whatever wording that you want. I'm going to just throw in my website here. Now, this is where you can do one of two things. You can either post it right away and click that little post up at the top, or you can add it to an album. If you look underneath Stacy Bowen, members of Once Upon a Nail, and then there's a plus sign with the album and a drop box, and then a schedule and a drop box. So if I wanted to, I could add this to an album that I have. Excuse me, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to hit cancel. But I do want to schedule this for later on. So this is where you can schedule your posts for later on in the day, whether it was today, and you can go up to, I believe it's 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, well, it just keeps going. But anyway, you can just schedule yourself out all over the place. So we're going to go back to, today's the 20th of March, I believe. Just goes by fast. I can't believe it. Okay, so today is that, and it automatically will schedule itself out 2 hours from now, but you can change that. So if you wanted it to go on, I don't know, let's just say it's going to go up at 5 o'clock. So you can change your hours and your minutes, and you can change it whether it's AM or PM, either way. But this is a free service, so utilize it. It's pretty cool. I will tell you, that is how I get 95% of my posts done. I get up between 4 and 5 every morning, and I spend that time in the morning, and I get every single post done for the entire day, pre-launched, ready to go, so that I literally, if I wanted to, I could literally walk away from Facebook for the remainder of the day. So then you just hit save. So it's going to go ahead and save it there, and then you want to hit post. So once you hit that post button, it'll be scheduled to go up later. Now, how do you check to make sure that it took? Because they kind of changed this around a little bit in our group pages. There's an icon up at the very top right-hand corner that looks like it has a star in the middle, and then it's on an emblem. If you click on that, these are your admin tools. So where it says schedule posts, I currently have 6 scheduled posts ready to go. They're going to go up later today. So like this one's going to go up at 12:37. This one's going to go up at 2:37. This one's going to go up at 3:38. This one will go up at 5 o'clock, the one that we just did. And then this one will go up at 5:38 and then at 8:39. And technically I could just walk away from Facebook and let it do its thing, and then I can check it tonight before I go to bed. It makes life so much easier. Okay, another thing, since we're already kind of here, is if you want to share your VIP group with somebody else, right? So you have all these options here. If you click the share on the very bottom left-hand side there, this is where you can share it on Facebook. You can send it as a message, or you can copy the link. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I just click the copy link, and then I personally message somebody, and that's how I send them the direct link to the VIP group. Okay, so there is that. Also in here as well, I was posting before about top contributors, and this is where you find that stuff at in the admin tools on that star icon with the badge on it. But at the top, you scroll to the left. Whoops, scroll to the left here, and where it says that here are the top 97 contributors for my VIP group. Here's your top contributors for it. And so if you want to see all, you just click that, and then that's how you can see who's all commenting on your VIP group. Okay, so that's how you do the scheduling posts. That's how you do a poll in the wall. Okay, so let's talk about stories. We only have about 8 more minutes of this call before it'll drop us. So let's go ahead and talk about stories. You are on your main, if you click on the far left-hand side, there's like a mountain icon at the very bottom. This is what takes you to your main news feed, what you can like scroll through and totally get lost in. You know, I can scroll for days here, right? So be careful about that, because Facebook, just like Pinterest, is a time waster as well. Can be, you know, if you don't utilize it correctly. So stories are a totally different thing, because you are talking to a completely different audience. And what I mean by that is a lot of the younger generation, they are really only utilizing stories because that's what they know. Us older folks, we're old school, so we go through and we are the scrollers of Facebook or the scrollers of Instagram. But stories provides a little bit of a different thing. So if you click on your image here where it says add to story, this is where you can add an image to your story, or you could type something up or whatever. So in this particular case, I don't know. Let's see here. I took a picture of the moon this morning. So, and a graveyard apparently. So anyway, this is what is outside currently right now here in Barrow. And this is where if you click on this little smiley face at the very top there that kind of has a little fold over, it looks like a sticky note is what I want to say. You can put your location, the time, the temperature, a GIF, music, name, poll, and then you can scroll down and there's a whole bunch of these, and you can put emojis all over this thing. So, I mean, you could get really, really, really creative with this stuff. So today is actually Wednesday, so why not? Because it just can, right? Now in this, if you tap on it, you can change the color of it. So I just want to move it. You can move it around with your finger, drag it up and down, left and right, whatever you want to do. So this is Wednesday, and I'm going to go back to that sticky note, and I'm going to add location, and I just want to type in Barrow because that's what this place is. I know that our city name has changed, but it's still Barrow to me. So I like that just the way it is. So the A button or the A thing there at the top, you can use that to write whatever you want if you want to put a saying on it or do something. And then the squiggly line is if you wanted to draw. So I like it the way it is. You can also at the very bottom left-hand corner, you can do effects on it too. So you could actually like do something like that even makes it more cool and unique. Or I don't know, you could do flowers. Like this actually might be good because it's the first day of spring, right? And we have snow all over the place. So you go ahead and click next. And this is the option of where you can either just add it to just your story or you can add it to your news feed as well. So because I just did a post about the poll, I don't really want to add it to my news feed because that's going to take the algorithms and kind of screw it up a little bit. And so you don't want to take away from that. So by posting things on your wall too close in time, you're not going to get the visibility that you're looking for. So I'm just going to go ahead and click and add it to your stories. So I'm going to go ahead and just click share it now. And it's going to go ahead and it's going to load it up there. It's adding it to it right now. And if I click on my own story, this is where you can see where I have posted things. So this particular post, there was 94 people that have seen it. This barrel post that I did earlier was 71 people saw it. That little blue icon in the bottom tells you that. And so it keeps going, and utilize this, you know, post throughout different times of the day, things like that, because it keeps your news feed and it keeps your Facebook fresh. So if you want to get through it faster, if you just tap on it with your finger, you can go through and see there's the last post that I just did. It's already on my news or on my stories. So that's how you utilize stories. If you scroll to your left on the top, you can see other people's stories that they've posted. Now, the other cool thing with stories is that you can, when you're viewing them, I'm going to pull up Hannah because she's cool. So anyway, like this right here, I can actually send her a message. You look amazing. So what this does is that this sends her a private message. It sends her a message to her Facebook Messenger. And that's literally how you can strike up conversations. Super duper easy. And you don't even have to do anything about talking about nails right away. But if you want to strike up conversations, what a better way to do that than to go into stories, because anytime that you comment on somebody's story, it is going to send them a direct message. It is a great way to start up a conversation, and then you can start talking about Color Street or whatever else you want to talk about, and and work on that relationship. Okay, the other thing is, if you are not part of this group right here, Graphics Galore, you need to be. There is so many vital things on here for stylists. It's amazing and awesome. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers all the things that I wanted to cover as far as apps and things like that. There's so much more that I could have gone into. Trust me, there's tons and tons. But hopefully this was helpful and useful for you guys. And we will get this posted to our team page shortly. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry about the time change today. We just had a schedule change with the kids and their schedules today, and but I didn't want to not do this for you guys. So I'm hoping this was helpful, and we'll see you guys next week on this.